There we go. Even now, as I help facilitate with this practice, I'm reminded of our tendency as a culture to really hold on tightly to doing things correctly and quickly. And that there's just such an orientation around achievement and performance. Even just the other moment for me as I'm finding the record button, I'm thinking in my head, like, let's not let Mark down, let's not give the Mindfulness Center something to be disappointed in. And yeah, there's just this very real kind of tight grip um, on doing things correctly. I can relate to that as a student of the practice and also a teacher. Oftentimes, when after a meditation or a yoga class, students will come chat with me afterwards, and so often I hear this concern about whether I did it right, you know? And given it makes sense, given the culture that we live in, the busyness of our lives and the accelerated pace to life that so many of us are trying to keep up and to optimize our time, even in this effort to be well and take care of ourselves. This shows up. Even our healing can become rigid or another system to get right. You might be familiar with this term that's started to evolve called wellness maxing, which is this attempt to optimize our health to an unhealthy degree, to a degree that becomes stressful, that becomes obsessive, and it includes this kind of rigidity and aim to control ourselves and our circumstances. But our mindfulness practice isn't about doing anything correctly. It's not about performing. Truly, it's, about loosening the grip of needing things ourselves to be different, to be anything other than what it is. A meditation teacher in the insight tradition, Tara Brach, has this language that she uses around the trance of doing, this kind of clinging to a mindset of doing. And she says that we stay busy to avoid feeling, that doing can become a strategy to outrun our discomfort or to avoid and resist whatever is here that we deem to be unpleasant. So, with that said, I'd like to invite you to use this time, this practice, to work with R.A.I.N. So, R.A.I.N is an acronym that has been popularized by Tara Brach that's rooted in mindfulness and compassion practice. Now, this acronym, R.A.I.N, stands for recognize, allow, the I is investigate, and N is nurturing or non-identification. So this exercise can be supportive in meeting difficulty or challenging circumstances in our lives, equipping us with a way to respond skillfully to any suffering that we might be experiencing moment to moment. And using mindfulness and compassion to help bring us back to our natural state of connection, moving from this doing, this fixing, striving, evaluating, achieving mindset to the domain of non-doing or being, sensing, feeling, allowing our true natural state of connection with ourselves and the world around us. So I'll guide you through each phase. For right now, let's find a way of being in the body that relieves some pressure. So if you're seated, you might adjust in your seat or make your way to rest onto your back. Given that this practice also invites loving awareness, you might ask yourself, how might I embody that with my body posture? How might I rest in a way that embodies love for myself? Just giving yourself an opportunity to take up space, to simply exist, to be. I invite you to begin by paying attention to the movement of your breath. If it feels right, you might soften your gaze or let your eyes come to a close. Feeling your body breathe unchanged, without any need to fix or control or perfect it. Can you be an observer, rest back, and bear witness to this natural exchange as you take in a new breath and release out? Perhaps sensing the possibility of being cared for by your breath. Noticing the body fill with new breath and release in and out, in and out. Softening the shoulders, inviting ease into your hands. It's from this wakeful presence that you might start to scan your life right now and sense a place of difficulty happening, something that brings up a charged, a reactive emotion within you. It might be a conflict in a relationship, or it might be something going on at work, something that doesn't evoke trauma that you can rest with for some time safely. Letting yourself bring to mind a situation, really bringing an image to your mind, sensing, the room that you're in when you get overwhelmed, or if you're having a charged kind of conversation with someone, whatever it is, bringing yourself to the space, to where you are, to what you're feeling, to who might be there, or if you're alone, to what behavior or decision upsets you. Kind of like watching a movie, going to the frame in this situation where you feel most emotionally reactive, and allowing yourself to freeze that frame. We'll start with R. The R of RAIN is recognize. So noticing what's going on, what's happening inside me right now. Am I feeling hurt or anger, fear, anxiety? Noticing whatever is most predominant and naming it for yourself, whatever you're most aware of. Recognize goes with allow, the A of RAIN, which is just to let it be there right now. With allow, we pause and make space for whatever's here. Whatever you've recognized, allowing it to be here, making space for it, feeling the fullness or the intensity of it. Doesn't mean that you have to like it. With allow, we're acknowledging that this is life for the moment. You're letting it be here. In sitting with whatever difficulty is here, we can start to soften the edges around the experience. And by allowing, we're able to begin to deepen our attention. The I of RAIN is investigate, starting to explore this experience more deeply, noticing what it brings up for you. You might ask yourself, what's happening? Or what's, what am I believing? Am I believing that I'm a failure, a disappointment? Am I believing that I'm being disrespected? Am I believing that I can't handle whatever is around the corner? And as you continue to investigate, noticing in the body where you feel this experience most distinctly. Not necessarily searching for anything, but noticing where there might be heat or tightness, sense of tension or squeeze. Aware of where the difficulty, the emotion might reside in your body. As we investigate more deeply, we can meet the place of difficulty to understand what we might need from ourselves. So resting with that question, what do I most need right now? What is my heart telling me right now? The investigate begins to move towards nurturing the N of rain, asking the place of difficulty, how do you want me to be with you? So sensing the possibility of responding from the most loving part of you. So sensing now what you can offer to this place of difficulty, this place of vulnerability, of suffering. What might you offer? As a way of touching in, you might place a hand over your heart or your belly, perhaps reposition the body posture to cultivate this nurturing loving self. What do I most need? It might be a coping thought, a word of encouragement. Perhaps you are part of this life. Or I see you. I love you. I'm sorry you're going through this. Honoring the reality that it can be difficult, it can feel uncomfortable to offer compassion towards your inner life. So, can you extend kindness in that regard as well? Exploring, practicing what it means to really let love in. Being the holder and the held, the mother and the child. And now, if you haven't already, letting go of your challenge, your difficulty, whatever it was, releasing it as best you can, releasing any effort to understand it, spending these last few moments resting in body and breath, resting in the heart space, the presence that's here. Forget about enlightenment. Sit down wherever you are and listen to the wind singing in your veins. Feel the love, the longing, the fear in your bones. Open your heart to who you are right now, not who you'd like to be, not the saint you are striving to become, but the being right here before you, inside you, around you. All of you is holy. You are already more and less than whatever you can know. Breathe out, touch in, let go. Forget About Enlightenment by John Welwood. And drawing this practice to a close, you might take a couple deep, intentional breaths. If you had been still, you might start to bring a little bit of movement back into your body, wherever might be calling out for it. Of course, if your eyes had been closed in time, you'll blink them back open. And as you're ready to, making your way back to our shared space.